Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we're going to take a look at the New Riff 8-year-old rye from their High Note series, Dustin.
Malted rye, Mike.
Malted rye, forgive me.
Which is important because New Riff does a regular rye.
Absolutely. This one is a 59.1% ABV or 118.2 proof. Sorry, that came off a little goofy to me.
It's kind of like a weird, like, cursive, like, handwritten, but, like, at the same time, I'm thinking it's machine done. Like,
probably the labels, you get pretty creative with them these days, and
yeah.
as I mentioned you and Keith before, I don't see very up close very well anymore.
Well, and you know, the room is oddly poorly lit behind us, well lit in front for camera purposes, but not good for reading.
No, it is not. All right, Dustin.
I like the label on the High Note stuff they've done. This only my second one I've gotten. This was distillery only-ish, because I definitely got this at a retail store, but the bulk were sold at the distillery.
All right.
Man, I love the nose on this thing, man.
Yeah, it's really candied sweetness.
Super red fruits.
Cinnamon,
a little bit of cardamom, hints of mintiness coming through.
A lot of baking spices. Almost reminds me of an Irish whiskey that way with all the baking spices.
But it's kind of like a red peel, apple, and berries. Like it's both. Like a little bit of that apple red, but like a candied apple. Like it's what kids think apple's supposed to taste like because they've had a bunch of those, like, you know, caramel apple suckers or something, but not the green sweetness or sourness.
I can even also go with a watermelon, like sweet candy.
I could definitely go there too.
Yeah,
Just all the red fruits.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really rich, and I get a lot of boldness and oomph, but I don't get alcohol.
No, just beautiful fruits and candied fruits. And really nothing acidic. They're all just like really nice orchard fruits that are the softer, more aromatic, but you know, the gentler flavors.
Yeah, you remember we had
aromas, I should say.
We had that incredible 6-year malted rye sherry cask finish. Mm-hmm. This is nosing not too far off in terms of like my enjoyment levels here. Obviously, you're not getting the sherry notes, but there's such a nice red fruit here. It's kind of making me think about sherry, even though there isn't any here. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure I like the cardamom mint thing on the finish just because I like the sweetness so much that they kind of pull me away from what I'm really liking. But they're nice notes too.
There's a beautiful sweetness on the palate. So many waves of sweetness. Kind of comes around, sweet little, like maybe little wisp of mini tobacco. Then on the finish, a beautiful confectionery, over the top cotton candy sweetness. Cotton candy grapes. Man, wow.
That is just complex, Mike. Like,
all kinds of sweet.
God, I mean, initially I get that red fruit up front. Sweet, like, I don't know how you say this, but candied caramel, is that a thing? Like, a little bit of that apple note I was bringing up, but then you get this wave of spice. Again, it's cardamom and mint, spearmint mint. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that can be like cooling and kind of drying, and it is a little bit, but then there's like a second wave of sweetness that you were talking about there. Boy.
It kind of cut off the mint. It was sashayed into like a nice, like unsmoked tobacco, but then it quickly went back into sweetness again.
Yeah.
The sweetness on this is,
I've got a few bottles of whiskey I got to ship to some friends of mine. I mean, hand deliver, sorry. Samples of this are going to all those guys because I've been sitting on it for a little bit. As a little, sorry for being slow, guys. They're going to love this.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Mike.
This is heavy, too.
I was going to say, it's viscous and oily.
For New Riff, you know, it's good. That's a lighter distillery spirit, in my opinion, a lot of times. Man, this one is the full experience.
Yeah. Now, like, if you've had the 6-year malted rye, it's hard for me to even compare because the cask strength here did so much that I can't tell what the extra 2 years of aging did and what just releasing this at cask strength has done. Because, God, this is just an incredible mouthfeel. Rich, oily, viscous, fully mouth coating. I mean, jeez.
And again, this is just all fruits and candies. All fruits and candies.
Now I'd forgotten about this, but now I'm getting...
With that little mint.
Now I'm getting Tootsie Rolls on the nose, man. I'm getting some chocolate.
I'm getting so many, like, just
candies.
candies.
No, it's brownies, man. It's brownies.
Man, I still get the watermelon note in there.
Oh, it's there, but man, I'm getting...
Juicy fruit watermelon gum.
Yeah, well, it's watermelon and brownies right now, man, with like a little bit of baking spice.
Jeez.
Yeah, that chocolate really is coming through now nicely. New Riff. I'm blown away.
I mean, that mint's still there too. A lot of new riffs are minty to me, but this is obviously shouldn't be minty with the rye. But
with the chocolate, well, I think they're a higher rye blend in their standard bourbon even. But now that I'm getting like that chocolate note, the mint is just so much better because I love mint chocolate.
Now I can get mint chocolate ice cream. The green stuff.
The food coloring is doing its job.
The first time I had that, I was like, "Why? Like, what is supposed to be green?" They're like, "No."
Yeah, you get like the really like craft ice creams and it's not green. Like, why not? And they like because they just don't put food coloring in it.
Delicious whiskey.
Oh my god, I could nose this all night.
Nearest are never bad, but they're rarely this good.
They have hit a winner with this malted rye. They've just got to let it keep aging, man. New Riff, drop the 6-year malted rye. Wait 2 years, then make this your standard, even if you have to do 100 proof. And then I want a 10-year, maybe not a 12-year, whatever you got to do.
This is dessert. This is such dessert, such fruity candy dessert.
But it's got those baking like spices and savoriness that
It makes
kind of makes
warm.
it like.
Yeah, it makes it warm.
It's not all dessert. That's what because sometimes you get too sweet. This
It's something substantial,
Yeah.
to knock it down with.
it's giving us the potatoes too, man.
Yeah, not quite the potatoes, but it's giving us the.
It's a sweet potato with brown sugar.
Yeah, the lettuce on the apple pie, maybe. It's all dessert. Yeah. This is
No, it's sweet potato, man.
with all the fixings.
The marshmallow and all that
Yeah.
good stuff. Yeah, it's dessert-ish, but you can have it with your steak. Actually, this would be good with a steak. Now that I think about it,
Yep. Come right into it.
I'm getting some nice brown sugar coming through now.
Dustin.
A little bit of wood spice.
New Riff came with a winner tonight.
But, I bought a few that I haven't brought here for. Well, they're boring.
All right, man.
This is not.
Let's get to whiskey score time. Let me go first.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you're going with here.
We've been all kind of different all over the place tonight, but I can recognize quality when I see it. Now, I'm going back and forth between 2 scores, but I really like this whiskey, so I'm going with the higher score. Giving it a 90.
Wow.
This has everything that I love. It's good viscosity, cast strength. Usually I'm not a fruit and sweets guy, but the way this is done, this is what I wish my Glenmorangie G25 was like.
Oh, yeah.
Fruit basket with sweetness. That's what it should have been.
Yeah, if you took the spice out of this one,
Took the spice
it'd be
out of it.
dead on Glenmorangie. Yeah, that's what Glenmorangie should have been. You're
Yeah.
right. I'm with you.
Yeah, 90.
I am not the biggest rye fan. Not the biggest fan of like a mint spice as much as I like it.
That's a big non-Scotch score too for me.
And I'm still gonna go. Mike, I was between 3 scores. I was going between 88 and 90, and I'm gonna go with you on the 90 because of the mouthfeel, the viscosity, how well it took water. I mean,
Anything like a lot
this
of
still drinks beautifully. New Riff, you just killed it here. By the way, we need one of these in sherry casks. Get on it, please.
I tell you what, I wouldn't change a whole lot with this.
I think it would add a little bit more to the finish, where it would give it a little more of that oak, and that's those sherry casks. Whatever they freaking specially custom made for them.
I'm finishing this glass tonight. Anyway, those are thoughts on this new riff, part of the High Note series?
Yeah,
High Note collection.
So all their fancy like limited releases are now going to be part of this High Note stuff with this white label, which of course is going to get stained every time we pour. But which I kind of like, honestly. It's a nice look.
Well, I do it all the time.
It's always from Mike.
Yeah. So the notes here is wood spiced stone fruits? Yeah, I get
With
all
them?
that. Dusty cardamom cider.
Did I say a cardamom? Really? Hey, I'm with them.
In citrus zest. I don't get a lot of citrus on here, but I get the rest of what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
and I'm more on like the berries. I mean, I did mention apple, which would be like a stone fruit, I believe.
Does it have a stone inside of it?
Does the core of that count?
That's what a stone fruit is, like a peach.
Peach for sure. Yeah, but does
Apple, I don't
does the
know.
cork on the apple count? I don't know.
I would say no, but I don't know.
Anyway,
Like you're talking plums.
yeah, I'm not getting plum or peaches, but I think there is in there like actually a stone fruit that is more citrusy than those. Anyway,
Got me, buddy.
I'm not an expert with fruits.
Nope.
Definitely loving this and New Riff. Make more.
Yeah, it's a good one. If you guys had a chance to try this one, definitely get on it. Am I overhyping it? I don't think so. I overhype some things.
Yeah, this is definitely on the list for, we were getting ready for year end. Mm-hmm. We're going to probably talk whiskey of the year. This is not my whiskey of the year, but
Big surprise.
when it comes to like surprise or maybe even value,
Yeah.
$72, $73.
Real value. Cast strength, that's real value right there.
This is an excellent value as everything's going up in price. Mm-hmm. they're charging $60 for their cast strength regular rye that's 4 years old.
They were. Anyway, those are our thoughts on
Yeah,
the whiskey. If you guys have a chance to try this one, as I mentioned before, let us know what you guys think. Just until next time, what do we wish, folks?
Happy riffing.
Stay then.